In a very confusing decision, House Republicans have asked for financial assistance from the Republican National Committee and Donald Trump's campaign and have been refused. This is with the House, the Senate, and the presidency on the line, with Democrats outracing the GOP, and the Trump campaign is not sharing the wealth. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, RCA, has asked the RNC for help repeatedly. He has also asked senior advisor and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner for financial help for the National Republican Congressional Committee, according to several officials. Kushner has more pull than RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel, and he has so far refused to commit any money. Both the RNC and Trump campaign have brought in so much money, some officials believe donating to the House would be wasteful, as they don't see their chances as great to win back the House. The campaign just wants the money. They don't care about the House, it's not their concern, said an official who is close with the Trump campaign. When you've been working in politics for years, and you understand it's a team sport, you kind of look at these things a little differently. I don't think they see it that way. Trump has been doing great with the fundraising, but so has former Vice President Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic nominee, and he's been doing it better the past 2 months. Trump's fundraising committees and the RNC started the month off with $295 million, more than twice the amount that former President Barack Obama brought in with his re-election in 2012. We have a great working relationship with our sister committees, said McDaniel. Our priority is President Trump's re-election, along with winning back the House and holding the Senate. Transfer requests like these are standard every cycle, and final decisions typically aren't made until after Labor Day. It is totally false to say that anyone is holding up a decision on a transfer commitment. Some Republicans are quite upset, as they see it as a president's duty to help his party. Those who are familiar with the situation are blaming Kushner for not understanding how important it is to have unity and to work together. What makes it doubly frustrating for the House Republicans is that those in safe seats this election contributed a lot of money to Trump's re-election bid, but he can't repay the favor. These members of Congress have donated tens of thousands of dollars at the request of Trump's campaign. Initially, the House GOP thought they had a chance to win back many of the 31 Democratic seats in districts that Trump carried in 2016. But now the top Democrat opponents have million-dollar accounts. It's going to make it difficult. Many of the Democratic challengers have outraised their Republican opponents, which means they could increase their stake on the House. Washington Republicans have learned the hard way that encouraging people to drink bleach doesn't make for the most effective fundraising pitch, said Democratic Congressional Campaign Chair Cheri Bustos, DIL. House Democrats have outworked, out-hustled, and outraised Republicans all cycle long. Our fundraising advantage is the firewall protecting our majority. Senior House Republicans don't have as much to crow about. The Democratic Campaign Committee has $94 million to the GOP's $61 million. This is a huge advantage with less than 100 days until the election. They should try to get as much money as they can as much as possible, said Representative Peter King, R. New York, who said the situation has made him glad he's retiring. While Republicans are getting frozen out by some of their longtime business donors because of the state of the economy in the midst of the pandemic, King noted the Democrats are doing well, thanks to an online fundraising platform, Act Blue, that helped them win the House majority in 2018. We're worried even the House Republicans who are doing well, said a senior Republican lawmaker who is now in a competitive race. The Democrats are just doing so well. Republicans note that many of the GOP incumbents in moderate districts who are vulnerable in November are outperforming Trump, and if he would help them, he'd be helping himself. They also complained that he has enough cash in his campaign, and if he shared it, it would build goodwill with the House GOP who stood by him throughout the impeachment. Some believe Trump officials are using the money as leverage to trap the House Republicans into continuing to support him. Many are upset with his handling of the pandemic and his other controversies he finds himself in. By not sharing his campaign funds just yet, he can ensure they stay loyal. It may show, too, that Trump is worried about his re-election chances and wants to hold on to the fundraising. While he's always been known to be a great fundraiser, Biden has done better than him the past 2 months. McCarthy and other senior Republicans asked GOP lawmakers who were safe this election go-round to donate the maximum amount to the Trump campaign. Dozens did as was requested, but it's not how the system usually works. It's unclear why McCarthy did Trump's bidding. Whenever the big man asks you to do it, you do it, speculated a House Republican aide who was asked to contribute. My question was, do they really need the money? Probably not. I took it as a show of force, a show of support and solidarity.